Hi, this is Emil Menashe for Acoustic Guitar Magazine, and this is the Takamine CRN-TS1 Slope Shoulder Dreadnought. It's an interesting blend of traditional acoustic looks, slight variations to give it some character, and some acoustic electric stage-friendly features that might not be apparent at first glance, but do play a role in the guitar's profile. The neck joins the body at the 12th fret, which it does restrict upper fret access, but also has the function of moving the bridge away from the sound hole, which contributes to the tone. It has a thermally aged spruce top, Oven fingerboard, mahogany neck, laminated sepale sides, solid sepale back. As you can see, it has a slotted headstock with open gear tuners, very elegant pearloid pins and gold appointments, a nice binding, dot inlays, and generally looks kind of vintagey without trying to be too vintage. And I personally think that's a very good design choice. This guitar is clearly designed for the stage, though, as we'll see, it can excel in the studio as well. The electronics include Takamine's palathetic undersaddle pickup system, which uses individual piezo elements for each string, and the CT4B2 preamp, which features a 3-band EQ, an onboard tuner that can be calibrated for different A reference pitches, and, which is a really nice feature, it can be used as a mute or can be used without muting the guitar. And all you have to do is push a few buttons to decide which of those you want to do. We're going to hear the guitar both plugged in and unplugged. I mentioned before that this has sort of a stage profile and it should appeal to electric players. One of the reasons is the scale. It's a little shorter than you would expect on a Dreadnought at 24.8 inches. The width of the nut and the 12-inch fretboard radius, which is a bit rounder than you would expect from, say, a more traditional 14 or even 16 radius on a Dreadnought. It doesn't feel alien as an acoustic guitar, but it does feel very relaxed, and some of the things that the rounded, especially fretboard, aid in would be things that you would tend to do in a rock or in a big electric country kind of performance. So I'm going to test the guitar with the microphone that I'm speaking into open and with the direct input from the guitar into an Apollo, a Universal Audio Apollo interface. The split bridge design separates the E and the B string from the lower 4 strings. And I was very curious about it. According to Takamine, this design improves intonation, and the intonation on this guitar really is good. I just played a 10th, so I'm playing C on the A string and E on the B string, and now here's a D minor version of that. And ambient in the room, each note in that figure has its own decay. There's also a lot of sympathy. I'm not playing hard. So I'm not putting a lot of effort in to produce that sweet decay. Strumming an open chord, you can hear the balance. The bass is tight, it's punchy, it's not light, but it's not boomy. So on the electric side, I have the EQ flat right now, and the volume is at about halfway. So notes of that G chord. So I would say that, you know, big open G and C chords are kind of the Dreadnought's bread and butter, right? What impressed me during the test was when I started playing chords that I tend to want to avoid when I'm playing acoustic guitars. For example, a barred F. So I'm going to play barred F, the open G, and an open E. And the difference in tone between those three voicings of chords and those three fingering styles is, to my ear, minimal compared to what you'd hear on a lot of acoustic guitars, where this chord can sound quite dull and be a bit of a struggle. So here we go. F. Let's even hear it up higher on the neck. So the ability to cover all 6 strings with a bar chord, with not a whole lot of effort, not a whole lot of strain, is impressive. What I found even more impressive, though, is, and this gets back to this intonation issue, is the way the guitar sounds playing these kind of close voicings. Again, close voicings can be a bit of a pain. You either have to tune to them or make little fingering adjustments to get them to ring. And I've just been bashing the guitar. I haven't tuned it in, well, since before this take, and I'll be honest, this isn't the first take I've done. A lot of really nice sympathetic notes there. Earlier I mentioned how the 12-inch radius might be appealing to electric players, and we looked at some bar chords. But this guitar is also very handy as a lead guitar. The shorter scale you would think would make bending easier. I didn't think it made it any easier. It certainly wasn't harder. I did like that I still got a nice tight acoustic feel, not like a kind of wispy electric feel playing single notes and bending and stuff. So I'll go through a couple of different things lead wise, and we'll hear what it sounds like. Fingerstyle. There's my dog. What's the matter, buddy? Somebody was making loud noises. With fireworks. Do we need fireworks at 2 in the afternoon, Hudson? He says no. Sorry, buddy, but he's been a good boy. And he likes the guitar as well. Right, Huds? I'm going to take it out by turning off the mic and just playing and letting you hear the preamp. I will make some adjustments to it as we go, first cutting the mids and then just slight boost to the highs. This is Emile Menashe for Acoustic Guitar Magazine.